Hi guys, welcome to Know Math. My name is Sir Bench Antonio, and today we will discuss solving quadratic equation by extracting square root. This lesson is intended for high school mathematics, especially for grade 9 students. If you are not yet subscribed on my channel, please hit like and subscribe for more of my videos. So before we start the lesson, let us review first what quadratic equation is. A quadratic equation in one variable is a mathematical sentence of degree 2. Also, it is called a second degree equation, where the highest exponent is 2. This equation can be written in a standard form of ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0, where a, b, and c are all real numbers. There are four ways to solve a quadratic equation. First, by extracting square root. Second one, by factoring. We have also by completing the square. And the last method is by using quadratic formula. But in this lesson, we will focus on using quadratic or extracting square root. A quadratic equation that can be written in the form of x squared equals k can be solved by applying the properties of extracting square root method. We all know that the standard form of ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0 of a quadratic equation. If the middle term is missing, bx, we can obtain the x squared equals k form by transposing positive t on the other side, that the negative c will now become the value of k. So there are three guides for us to know the solutions of this x squared equals k form. The first one is if k is greater than 0, then the x squared equals k form has two real solutions, and those are x is equal to the positive square root of the given k, and the other one is x is equal to the negative square root of the given k. Next one, number 2. If k is equal to 0, then the x squared plus or equals k form has only one real solution, and that is equal to 0. X is equal to 0. That is the only real solution if the value of k is 0. And the last one is if k is less than 0, then the x squared equals k form has no real solution. Or we can say that we have what we call an imaginary solution. Okay, we have this I, or the imaginary solution. Okay, let us have some examples for us to know how this extracting square root method works. Solve for the roots of the following quadratic equations by extracting the root. So first example, we have x squared equals 36. It is already in a form of x squared is equal to k. So what are we to do is to extract square root both sides. That's why it is called extracting square root method. And in this case, we can now cancel the square of the x and then get the square root of 36, that x has two values, positive and negative 6. So the first solution, we have positive 6, and the second solution is negative 6. Okay? Example 2, we have w squared minus 49 equals 0. So since that the variable is w, we have w squared equals k. Since it is not in a form of w squared equals k, let us transpose first negative 49. That we have now w squared equals positive 49. And using the method, extract square root both sides, then cancel the square. We have now W has the solutions of positive and negative 7 as it is the square root of 49. So the first solution, we have positive 7. The second solution, we have negative 7. Okay? Example 3. We have y squared minus 5 equals 0. Again, change it first into the form of y squared equals k. So we have y squared equals 5 by transposing negative 5 to the other side. So using the method, extract the square root both sides, cancel squared. So we have now y. Since 5 is not a perfect square number, therefore we already have these two solutions, the positive and the negative square root of 5. So the first solution is positive square root of 5, and the second solution is negative square root of 5. Right? Number 4. We have here t squared is equal to 50. It is already in a form of t squared equals k. That we have k of 50. Now extract square root. We cancel. We have now two values of t. Positive and negative square root of 50. But square root of 50 can be simplified. What is the simplified form of square root of 50? This can be factored as square root of 25 times square root of 2. That 25 times 2 is 50. Then we can change the square root of 25 by 5. Then followed by the square root of 2. Therefore, the square root of 50 can be written as 5 square root of 2. So therefore, we have two values. The first solution is positive 5 square root of 2. And the second solution is negative 5 square root of 2. Okay? Example 5. If we have observed, it is already in a form of x squared equals k. It is just that the x value is binomial. But the case is the same. We just need to extract the square root. So x minus 9 squared equals 64. Just extract square root both sides. Cancelled. We have now x minus 9 equals the square root of 64, positive and a negative 8. We just need to transpose negative 9 on the other side. That we have x is equal to negative 9, positive negative 8. Okay, so we have now two values. First is negative 9 plus 8. The second one is negative 9 minus 8. So the first value is negative 1 and the second value is negative 70. Alright? Let us have more example of that equation. Okay, let us solve. Again, the same thing, just what we had a while ago for example number 5. We just need to extract the square root both sides. Okay, so cancel the square. So we have now x plus 4 is equal to the square root of 36, which is positive and negative 6. So let us show the two solutions. Transposing positive 4, that will become negative 4 plus 6 for the first solution, and we have negative 4 minus 6 for the second solution. Then equate or solve. First value we have positive 2 or first solution, and the second solution is negative 10. Right. Let us try example number 2. Let us write this first. First answer is positive 2. Second solution is negative 10. Okay, let us try the next example. Example 2. We have here x plus 1 squared equals 14. It is already in a form of x squared equals k. So what are we to do is to also extract the square root both sides so we can cancel the square. So we have now x plus 1 is equal to the square root of 14. Since we do not have square root of 14, the answer is square root of 14. We have positive and a negative number, or positive and a negative value. So transpose positive 1, that we have the first solution, negative 1 plus the square root of 14. And the second solution is negative 1 minus the square root of 14. Since we cannot simplify these two solutions, it is already the answers, or these are already the solutions. So therefore, we have two values. We have negative 1 plus minus or positive and a negative square root of 14. Right, let us try example number 3. Example number 3, if you have observed, we have this 4 as our numerical coefficient. If you have that numerical coefficient, or at the value of a, first is to divide both sides into that value for us to eliminate that numerical coefficient. The 20 divided by 4, that will give us 5. So let us observe. It is now x minus 5 squared equals 5. Alright? So we eliminated 4. For us now to continue the extracting square root method. So let us cancel now the square that we have. X minus 5 is equal to the positive and a negative square root of 5. That we do not have square root of 5. Then transpose positive or negative 5, it becomes positive 5. We have now x sub 1 is equal to positive 5, positive negative square root of 5, and the x sub 2 is positive 5. The x sub 1 is 5 plus the square root of 5, and the x sub 2 is 5 minus the square root of 5. That, if we are to simplify our solutions, x is equal to 5 positive negative square root of 5. We have two real solutions. Okay? Next, let us try example number 4. We have 3 multiplied by x minus 3 squared equals 27. Same thing that we do, or same thing we are going to do with example number 4 using the procedure on example number 3. Divide first both sides by 20 or by 3. Divide by 3, divide by 3. Cancel. So that will leave us x minus 3 squared equals 9, as 27 divided by 3 is 9. So follow the method by extracting square root. We are to cancel the square. So we have here x minus 3 equals 3, positive and a negative 3. That the square root of 9 is 3. So let us transpose negative 3. We have the first value or first solution, positive 3 plus 3, and the second solution, we have positive 3 minus 3. First is 6, second one is 0. So we have two solutions. X sub 1 is equal to 6, x sub 2 is equal to 0. Okay? Let us try example 5. In example 5, the same thing, we need to eliminate the value of a, which is 2. So divide both sides first by 2 by 2. Cancel. We have now here 3x plus 1 squared minus 4 equals 0. So transpose first negative 4, we have 3x plus 1 squared equals positive 4. Then extract the square root both sides, cancel the square, we have 3x plus 1 is equal to the square root of 4, positive, negative, square root of 4, which is 2. Then, let us transpose first positive 1, that we have 3x is equal to negative 1, positive negative 2. Since we have here a numerical coefficient of 3, for us to eliminate it, we need to divide both sides by 3. So therefore, we have now the first value or first solution, negative 1 plus 2 divided by 3. The second solution is negative 1 minus 2 divided by 3. That we have negative 1 plus 2 is positive 1 over 3. The other one is negative 1 minus 2, that is negative 3 divided by 3. Or simply, that is negative 1. So these are now our two solutions. It can be interchanged, the values of x sub 1 and x sub 2. So it will not affect your answer. Alright? We have this example as x squared plus 100 is equal to 0. Let us observe what will happen if this is the example. So first is to change it into x squared is equal to k form. That we need to transpose positive 100. We have x squared is equal to negative 100. So using the method subtracting square root, cancel the square, we have now x is equal to the square root of negative 100. It is not possible as we do not have the square root of a negative number. But we can use what we call I, as I is equal to the square root of negative 1. Let us factor out negative 100 to the square root of 1 times the square root of 100. Since the square root of 1 is equal to I, is 1, and the square root of 100 is 10. So therefore, we have now these two values. Take note that it is a positive and a negative number for the square root. We have now x sub 1 is positive 10i and x sub 2 is a negative 10i. Okay? Let us try example number 2. Example number 2 is x squared plus 25 is equal to 0. Again, change it first into x squared is equal to k 4. That the first thing that we need to do is to transpose positive 25. That x squared is equal to negative 25. Same thing, extract the square root both sides. Cancelled out, We have a positive and a negative square root of 25. But we do not have a square root of a negative number. So again, let us factor it out. We have square root of negative 1 times the square root of 25. So we have now here square root of negative 1 is I, and the square root of 25 is 5. Take note that this is a positive and a negative number. So therefore, we have the first solution of positive 5i, the second solution of a negative 5i. Clear? And example number 3, let's try. Same thing that we are doing with the other example a while ago. So, x minus 1 squared plus 4 is equal to 0. So, first is to transpose positive 4. We have now x minus 1 squared is equal to negative 4. Then extract square root both sides. Cancel. Then we have now x minus 1 is equal to a positive negative square root of negative 1 times a positive negative square root of 4. Sorry. So for it to become positive, so we have now x minus 1 is equal to I multiplied by a positive negative 2 as a square root of 4. So let us change this into 2i to be simplified. Okay, so since now we have here negative 1 or x minus 1, transpose minus 1 to the other side. That is x is equal to positive 1 followed by positive and a negative 2i. So since we cannot simplify that, we can just have our two solutions. 1 plus 2i, and the other one is 1 minus 2i. So these are now the two solutions of the given equation. Alright? So that is how we're going to use the extracting square root method. I have this math challenge for you. Solve for the roots of 3 times x minus 2 squared plus 9 is equal to 0 using extracting square root method. If you know the answer, guys, just comment down below. And if you are not yet subscribed on my channel, please hit like and subscribe for more of my videos. Thank you.